Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you on Friday, June the 21st. The year's 2024. Let's talk trading. Weekly wrap-up with Walmal. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine and different from Walmal's. And just to remind you, at the end of the week here, risk management, never lose more on any one single trade than you are willing to lose. Taking a quick look at the weekly, you can see I've got it set to the pound dollar because before the call, Walmal was saying, hey, that yen's up right around that 159 area where you like to short. So what I would look for on this particular trade is yen. If it gets up near that 160 again, that's one area to short. Or if it falls below, say 158.44, because then it starts to be doing top scraping, and 158.26 about. So if it drops below the highs of the week last week, or let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago, then the shorts are really on. So we'll see. And then, of course, whoever this week probably won't be higher. So next week, if price goes up and then comes back below this week's high, that's also a top scrape. So look to go short. Okay, back to the pound, which we normally trade. You can see here for the week, we're 35 pips below the open, 95 off the high, and 14 off the low. Notice it hit the weekly pivot and turned right back around and dropped about almost 90 pips below that pivot as I speak. And I believe a couple days ago there were a couple of pairs in here somewhere where the gaps hadn't filled. So anybody who played those were rewarded. And if we take a look here, very interesting position prices in. It broke below the opening range low for the week. It's inside the opening range for the year. And it also broke below the opening range for the month yesterday. So yesterday below the opening range for the month and opening range for the week. Today moved up into that weekly opening range and then fell right back below it. In fact, Walmal did it at 126.59, which is right below your 60 area that you like to look at, or used to like to look at. For the year, 92 pips below. I'm sorry, for the year, 71 pips below the open. It's almost 92 pips below the monthly open. We are 253 off the yearly high and 341 off the yearly low. And as you can see, we have not pushed that range for the year this month. Inside bar traders. We had an inside bar 4 days ago, and we broke below that low. We're inside the inside bar range from 12 weeks ago, that weekly inside bar. And the monthly inside bar, we actually broke below that low at 26.40, which you should probably know I could refer to as the launch pad, which was 5 days ago. So we're pretty much sitting in the launch pad right now, but since the day is red, I don't look for price to launch out of there. It's when price opens below the launch pad and moves up. That's when I like to see launches. And you can see we've got a handful of inside bar action today. And when we look at the range for the day, only 2 pairs over 100 pips. The pound clocking in at 43. Where are all the traders? They must be at, what is it, Martha's Vineyard or something for the summer? This is crazy. Okay, and we look at the buy zone here. You can see we crossed below that weekly open yesterday. And right here today, we crisscrossed the daily open. You can see we had a couple of triggers to the north side, and you should have gotten out with a profit. of a few pips. And then here we had some movement to the downside. Was there news today?
There was a lot of euro news today.
Okay.
There was pound news at 2 a.m. my time, which would have been 11 o'clock your time, and then from midnight your time or 3 a.m. Eastern time until 4:30, there was probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of red news off the euro.
Wow.
So lots and lots of euro news today.
Yeah. And then you can see here the launch pad earlier, I guess because of that news, price spiked down, then came rocketing through up to the 60 level. So there's that 40 to 60 move. Then you can see it came down once below, crawled back up, hit that 50, turned around. So you can just see here prices. Looks like it's just making lower highs. We got that downward channel. And the range is too low to play the rat zone. It's just way low. And let's see. We did hit the weekly pivot, but we didn't hit the daily. We missed it. Bambino Flex indicator was saying look for shorts. Price near pivot, short. You can see it got near the pivot, but not quite to it. So looking for shorts would have paid off. And you can see here on the H4 pivot, we've got 3 open ones this month. We move over to the daily. Okay, we missed today's pivot. But we did take out a pivot, what was it, from last month, I do believe. I believe there was 3 pivots earlier. And I thought there were 2 pivots in April. Maybe we took out one of those too. So here, if we move up to the weekly, we did take out those pivots. Now we only have 1 missed pivot for the week this year. Back the April 28. Right here, we're about 200 pips above it. And for the month, we've taken them out. You have to go back to 2022 to find some missed pivots. And we're pretty far away from all of them, over 500 pips. So I wouldn't look to see those filled anytime soon. Oh, in and out of the previous day's lower wick zone, which was only a couple of pips. On the weekly, 109 pips of range puts us in the 8th percentile. You can see 4 weeks ago we had a weekly range of 86. I can't help but chuckle because these numbers are just so low. Okay, we did not break out of the previous week's high. We did break out of the previous week's low for 26 pips. Actually, that's 26 pips at the, 26 pips. And at the moment, unless we get a new low, high minus the close, 96 on the week, close minus the low, 12 at the moment. So if you were a red rat, you were rewarded. And crossing the weekly open, 59 up to the high and 50 to the low. Once again, very small ranges there. So let's see, we're doing the weekly wrap up. Let's take a look here at the year-to-date accumulated range. It hasn't moved since April, 594 pips. And if we look at just the range by month, you can see we've got 355 in May so far. So actually that's in May so far. May's over. June, 230. And we are completing the 3rd trading week. It looks like we're going to have unless something happens next week, we're going to have a really pitiful month in terms of range. We're at the 62% ATR level so far. And just so you know, the normal ATR is 300, and so that's 370 pips at the moment. So we're only at 60, what's it, 67% of that. So it's just not much happening on the range. And let's see, close minus year-to-date open percent. So we're at a minus 54. Remember last month we pushed it up in May to 0.24. Now we're at minus 0.54. So Walmal, how's your trading been so far this month?
Been a pretty good month, so I can't complain. I think I've had one bad day, and then I think I had one losing day. When I say bad day, it just seemed like no matter what I did it wrong. You know, violated my plan, violated stuff, and so I, got myself into a little bit of trouble. And then I had, in addition to that, I had one losing day, not by very much, but the rest of the month has been very good. I've made more than made goal already for the month, so I really can't complain. And even, I was talking to you about this a few minutes ago, but even with this compressed market where we're not seeing very much movement, you can still make money. It's just that I think you got to be a little bit more cautious. You got to go and really, make sure that you're taking the trades you're supposed to be taking. I think I told you a few minutes ago, I've taken 19 trades for the entire week, which is, for me, that's a very low number. But at the same time, I've made goal for the week, and it's just because I've been, being very, very cautious about what I'm taking. My trade efficiency, according to the trade report, is 91.39%. So again, that's very good, which means that I think I took one average in loss and done one real loss out of all those trades. So I can't complain.
You know what's funny? 19 trades for the week. 19 is a low number. It used to be 19 trades for the day would be a low number for you.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, but the thing is, we're just not getting the movement. I wouldn't mind taking 19 trades for the day if the warrant did it. But the problem is, because there's so little movement in the market, it doesn't warrant taking the trades. I may get signals, but the thing is, I'm getting signals at places that don't make logical sense to take them.
Right.
And that's the thing. So it's forcing me to be a better trader, I think.
Well, I'm curious because you said you had to be more cautious. So what exactly are you doing that's quote unquote more cautious?
When market was moving, let's say like last year, what would happen is that, let's say I took a trade. Let's say I got a signal on a flip-flop box. I just go and jump in and take the trade. And the reason why, and I didn't care, and the reason why I didn't care was because, for two reasons. One, because the market was moving so much that even if I shouldn't have taken the trade, if I'm jumping in, just the momentum would usually get me 2, 3, 4 pips, and I'd be able to get out and be successful that way. That's the first thing. And then the second reason is that I know we're almost out of time here, but the second reason why was because I was taking trades that were not at logical boundaries. I was, just taking the trade, and now I'm taking trades. I'm making sure, okay, if I'm going to take a flip-flop trade, I'm going to make sure I'm taking some type of what some people would call a support level or a resistance level, what you would call like a 2-ball or a 3-ball, and making sure that it made logical sense. If I'm taking a reversal trade, because that's what most flip-flops are, okay? Not all of them, but most of them are.
Look at that. I guess there was some news.
Yes, there was news.
Wow. Okay, and guess what? We're fastest 15 minutes of trading is over. So, everyone.